Ah,
Hello friends, I'm Kanchan from Akulmek Technologies and you are welcome to Top Brass. Today, as usual, we have a wonderful personality, Sitesh Srivastava from Johannesburg, South Africa. And he has a deep interest in corporate training, he has been doing trainings to professionals, IT professionals, marketing professionals. So welcome to the show, Sitesh. How are you doing today?
thank you, Kanchan. Thanks for inviting me to this show, and it has been a regular feature. Feels like home, and it's nice in Johannesburg, and the sun has been really kind in this severe winter.
Okay, so as you know, we had been discussing about change management, and we have discussed few aspects of change management, so that how to transfer the current situation into a very dynamic situation, into change management. So now I would like to ask you that when we talk about change management, does transparency in communication help?
Kanchan, transparency in communication is the core part of any communication. But you see, all over the world, all over the cultures, and all over the organizational corporate cultures or societal cultures, communication is something that has its own nuances, it has its subtleties, it has its uh, choice of words, pronunciations, and therefore, transparency in the communication is actually not an easy task. It is something that is very, very serious thing to be thought about before we actually lay it out to the organizational culture, to lay it out to the societal communities, or the welfare state. So, organizations, it is not easy to change very, very quickly in today's fast paced or the digital economy. Like in the digital economy is feels like it has been thrust on all of us today. And there's no way than to change. But then there can be a transparent communication which definitely follows from top to the bottom in the organizations. Therefore, people, the employees, the customer focusing teams, uh, the people who are the leaders of the or the flag bearers of this change can take the communication, and it does not become what we call Chinese whispers,
So,
right?
yes. So actually, it is quite understandable that from top to bottom, we try to communicate what's happening and what is this transition mean, and we are to where we are heading to. All this is kind of understandable. But when it comes to kind of a situation or a segment of education, when we have to really give messages to parents and to accommodate the thought process of children. So, as you know, there's a lot of transition which is happening in education sector also. So, what do you think? How should we tackle this transparency? Is it good for parents and children to really be transparent? And there are some reactions which are being not very positive. When I have been seeing that from parents' side, things are not very positive. But few parents take it very positively. But what do you think that how should we tackle uh, this transparency in communication when we are talking about our education sector?
So, Kanchan, transparency comes with its caveats. And these are some of the things that transparency needs to be strategized, and the way it has to be communicated. And that is very, very important, whether it is for the children, whether it is for the educators, or it is for the organizations. So, transparency is something that we talk about how we want to achieve this particular change that we want to see. But what happens, the caveat that I was talking about, is sometimes that we are not able to share that communication freely, whether because of the compliance reasons or the regulatory reasons, or sometimes even commercial sensitivities, because that could be very easily exploited by competitors, right? So it is very important to have as much transparency as possible. And I must tell you, I was reading some time back about some research done by the Harvard Business Review, and it says about that there are signals by which the leadership of any organization, be it educational organization or any organization, they need to give out the clear signals about this transparency, which is the change that they want to bring into their organizations. And that is true for everyone. And but you see, it as I said, it all becomes Chinese whispers, because most of the times we say what we want, but we don't lay it out in very, very clear terms. So for example, the signal number one is that telling your organization what you want. But generally, it is easier said than done. Well, most of the time, we have seen that when we get from the senior management that this is what we want to be achieving and doing it, we think, okay, now I have understood it, but probably down the line, people have not understood it. They may not understand, or they may ask too many questions. So let me give them tasks. So task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But, and the guys and everyone down the hierarchy, they take those tasks, they start running, they come up with fantastic results, but probably none of them asks, why are we doing it? And that's where all those tasks are done, but the actual goal is still short to be achieved, right? Second signal is that the leaders or the educators who are trying to communicate this change through the transparent communication, are they living it themselves? Because if we don't live the communications that we want to send out, it will just be seen as that, oh, they're not doing it themselves. It is being pushed on us. What is the incentive of doing this? And that is where it becomes really hard. And you know what? It also, we keep on, when we communicate the change, that this is what we want to do it from now on. But what happens, the previous works that comes up from the behind, the baggage, that is the usual stuff. We still keep on doing the usual stuff, and we don't try to bring in the strategic new stuff. And that is the challenge of saying that we are not ourselves, we are not doing it, but we are trying to ask someone else to do it. The third signal is that, do we have the resources to measure the change that we are asking to our pupils, to our students, to our corporate employees? Do we have the capital? Do we have the people? Do we have capabilities? And that is it actually disproportionates our decisions as a leaders. So the transparency in communication is something that should never be taken lightly, because there is also something about a negative thing, negative news or negative information that may go out. And therefore, I say the transparency comes with its caveats. And therefore, many times the senior leaders thinks that the negative news might actually boil out of the context. So let me not share it. And what best example can I give than to today, that the job losses that are happening all across the world, and with the kind of things that are being said and unsaid and learned and relearned. So I think it's a very, very serious thing, a transparent communication for any change management stuff, any.
So at this point, I would like to ask you that
on what stage in this first stage hierarchy the transparency of communication should start at the top level, or when the change is happening or is about to change, shall transparency of communication should be activated from the beginning, or is there any strategic point where things will be taken positively by the people when we start communicating and sharing the information?
So, Kanchan, I think this particular statement needs a clear thinking in terms of who is going to be impacted and affected by this kind of a organizational change, whether it is in the education sector or any other sector. Who are the people who will get affected, who will get impacted, and who will get transformed? So these are the three different kind of people who will absorb the change. And therefore, since we have discussed that the senior management has got the decision making authority, they are the best people to actually take it forward with any kind of communication they deem fit. But then, many times the senior management also needs to understand their workforce in today's reality rather than the past school of thoughts. And they need to communicate in the way which is more conducive, is still abiding by all the organizational, secrets, compliance, and regulatory, but the communication with the people in their organization, that has to be as per the current communication channels, which is actually very flexible, but at the same time, it might get the voice of the lowest rung person to be heard at the top. So it is actually what I understood is that, as I discussed about those signals. So since signals matter to the followers, so the signaling should matter to the leaders as well.
Yes,
and the case in point, I always bring in, think about that. The case in point is about two interesting things that has happened in our last decade or so, or maybe 2 decades or so. Sony versus Apple. Sony Walkman versus Apple iPod, right? So, and everything is clear to us. The other thing, which is little disconnected, is about the video conferencing's effect on air travel. So, those things, ultimately the communication that goes out for the change in the organization, if it doesn't translate it to the last objective that needs to be achieved, however big planning and implementation we do, the results are not the same. Yes, everybody has participated in those communication. They have taken it to the heart, and they are running with it, but we don't achieve it.
Yes, actually, you are very true in putting across the facts. And I also want to add that if you are transparent towards your employees or your people who are working in your organization, or maybe in education sector with the parents, so I think loyalties of employees are also added when you are transparent towards the communication, what you want to say, and you are transparent, you are telling truth and how to go about it. So that is also one of the biggest factor which can retain employees in the organization.
That's right. You can't be more right.
So as usual, it is so lovely to talk to you once again today, and we'll meet up again, catch up tomorrow again with the same topic, and we'll extend this further. Thank you again, Sitesh.
Thank you, Kanchan. And we believe that we will be one of the flag bearers of the change management that we are trying so hard to bring in.
Thank you, and look forward. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.